I first want to thank or congratulate, really, Brian Burns for Pro Bowl selection, first team, and continued success as we finish up this year for him and really all of us, to be honest. Good week of practice. We finished on a positive note today. I feel great about our preparation, but that preparation needs to lead to execution on Saturday. And with that, I'll take your questions.
So, Steve, earlier in the week you talked about the youth of the team and how some of the mistakes are because of the youth and how they're coming about. This week, have you started to see that light come on more?
Well, it was talked about more. It was emphasized more. A lot of what I tried to do this week is really put the onus on the leaders of the team. That extension and that conversation goes into the locker room on the things that we have to do for us to detail. So I did see it, and once again, just trying to put the onus on those guys to take responsibility, which they have.
Did you get the results that you wanted to get by putting the pads back on yesterday?
I don't really think you can say until you see it on Saturday. Yesterday was a good practice. I felt like we got a lot out of it. I saw the intensity. I saw the urgency. Being physical, using our hands, things that we talk about. But again, we need to execute on Saturday.
And on the short week, it's kind of like yesterday was Thursday and the day before was Wednesday. I think if you're putting it in those context, the pads would have been on Tuesday and not yesterday. Can you explain that decision?
Well, just so quickly coming off the game, I felt like we were still sore. And in a normal situation, you're right, Tuesday would have been Wednesday, and that's when we normally put them on. But we adjusted a lot of things within the scheduling for us, the things that we needed to see in the pad. So we did that on Wednesday. So it was good to get in.
When you get a guy like Justin Lane in midweek, what's the outlook for him heading into the weekend with 1 day of practice with the team?
Just like anything with any player coming in a short period of time, you're not really expecting a lot out of them, so we'll just wait and see.
On the corner position, Steve, I think earlier in the week you had mentioned Tay as a possibility. He ends up getting cut. What transpired there?
Well, we just felt the need, again, just trying to continue to turn the roster over, looking at different guys. So we felt we wanted to be able to bring in someone fresh, and that was the reason why we let him go.
From the outside, it would seem that he was primarily a nickel corner, and you guys favor length. Did that play into a role?
Well, I think when you look at the actual position, yes, we do need someone that can primarily play outside. When you look at our injuries and where they occur, they're mostly outside on the edge, on the perimeter. So that was really the main concern there. And, we definitely like length.
With Amon-Ra mainly being in the slot and JC's kind of versatility, does that give you the option of maybe having him just trail him, or are you kind of going to play sides, or do you have a strategy on how you want to kind of stop?
Well, we want to do whatever we need to do to win this football game. And, I feel very confident when CJ or JC is out there that either one can cover him, And how we look at it is just basically right now playing left and right.
With Lane coming in, would that preclude you from bringing up anyone else, or do you think you're set now, at least in corner?
Well, there's always still conversation up until that time. So we'll wait and see exactly what Scott and I have to discuss.
Did JC, I know he made an third alternate, I think, but when you look at his numbers, they're really impressive. Do you consider that kind of a snub at all? Or?
I don't really get into the numbers. Sometimes this whole thing is about popularity. I'm all about results, and I think for us, he's doing a good job. He's still learning. He's still growing. Still got a lot of football left in his career. And the one thing that I love about him, he's all about the details and trying to perfect his craft each and every day. So I'm just looking forward to continuing to coach him and, looking forward to him going out there making plays.
As you looked at those selections, were there any of your guys that you felt got overlooked?
I'm not part of the selection process, so I'm not going to comment on that either way. I like our players, and I like for them to go out this week and perform like Pro Bowls.
Do you know yet whether you'll bring up Andre?
Again, that conversation will occur with Scott and I. We'll figure out what we need to do within the next 48 hours.
Steve, obviously you've massaged your workout, your practice schedule this week because of the short week. How does it maybe benefit this team to be out on playing a meaningful game a day earlier and sort of trying to raise what happened last Sunday?
Well, I think anytime you can quickly flush it, as you've seen early in the year coming off Cincinnati and coming back home on a Thursday night against Atlanta, the guys are really excited to get back on the field. So I see it to be the same way this week and hoping for the same results.
What have you seen from Deontay this week in practice as far as bouncing back from that performance on Sunday?
Just his normal routine. I think frustration set in a little bit, which I somewhat appreciate because it shows a little bit of pride in what he's trying to get done and accomplish. But a lot of football, definitely 4 quarters. We can't get frustrated early. We got to continue to stay the course and look for him to be able to do the things we ask him to do long term.
Is he a guy that's kind of hard on himself?
I would say so. Very, very, very hard, and which is good because again, it shows that it means something to him. It shows that he wants to be the best at his craft, and he had a great week of practice, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play on Saturday.
In this short week, what are the challenges of trying to make the team look very different than you did a week ago? Because obviously that's part of the game plan for the other team.
Well, I try not to sway too far away from what we like, what we want. And I think really, I've always believed this time of the year, I think you have to really go back to the basics. And that's what we've been talking about, fundamentals and technique. Our weapons, which is eyes, hands, hips, and feet, always being in the right spot, seeing the right thing. Because to me, it's not about scheme. It's not about the schematics. It's about the execution that we lacked last week, and I think it falls along those lines of fundamentals. So that's what we harped on this week.
Talk about Laviska Shenault as a playmaker, potential playmaker, and sifting him into the situation.
We've seen him, make plays for us this year, progress in so many different areas. You see him now being not just what you consider to be a perimeter bubble screen guy, but now he's progressing in running routes down the field, which I think he has the talent and the skill set to do. We've used him in the backfield, for us running the football, different things like that. He has that skill set, big body that once he gets out in open space, he's really, in my opinion, he runs like a running back. So I love his skill set, and I love the way we're trying to use him in different ways.
Given that this could potentially be the last home game here, what would be your message to the team and to the fans?
Number one, to the team, it's just about taking care of what's in front of us, which is Detroit, and trying to come away with a win. And then to the fans, it's just really trying to put a quality product on the field, give them something to cheer about, give them something to be proud of. And if this is, our last opportunity at home this year, I want them to be able to say that, they left in a winning fashion.
Everybody good? All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.